Well, hey, BIT, okay? That's gonna be the new way that we go about saying it because, girl, YouTube don't really be, girl, they be trying to crack down, okay? And it seems like when I say abbreviated, you know what I'm saying, how I do it, girl, they be over here acting up. So it's gonna be giving BIT, all right? So, hey, BIT. Listen, we are about to go ahead and talk about a few things. Of course, it's going to be housewives. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. First things first, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Mary Cosby is returning back to the show. That was announced earlier this week. Y'all know Miss Jen Shaw is on her way into the prison. Okay, she's on her way into the cell. She's on her way into lockdown very soon. Okay, I forgot how many years they said. I think she has to do about 5 years or so, and then after that, she has a lot of probation or whatever that she's going to have, like monitor, supervision or whatever that case is. Okay, that's the same thing. Monitor supervision. Girl, she's gonna be out and it's gonna be monitored after 5 years or so. Okay, so she's going to be leaving the show. I am hearing that Salt Lake City is going to do a bit of a shakeup, but I'm just wondering what kind of shakeup is that really going to be? Is Heather still going to be a main housewife? Whitney is possibly, what's her name, Meredith or Lisa, or are you demoting them or something? Or is the only shakeup you're bringing to the cast is bringing Miss Mary Cosby back, but allowing her to be a friend of the show? Okay, that's what we're hearing, and that's coming from page 6. All right, so let's see what else they are saying about this situation. All right, let's see. Mary Cosby is returning. Okay, in a friend role. Now, y'all know when Mary Cosby was on the show, originally she was a main cast member. It was a big deal. That's why a lot of people started to watch the show because they wanted to know more about her relationship with her granddad, step granddaddy, because her grandmother was a pastor of a church. When she passed away, she passed the church and everything down to her. All of her belongings down to Mary, and also her husband down to Mary. Girl, that's a real weird. That was giving real weird. I would not have done it. That's what Mary did. Mary also went on to have a child with him. Yikes. That's her life, not mine. But you can see that she's not into him because it seems like he lives on one side of the mansion and she's on the other. All right. Now, I did not really get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And if you've been watching my channel, really, I ain't really been featuring a lot of reality TV lately. Okay, it's like I start off and then I'm just not that interested, or at least sometimes I'm not that interested in just doing a review on it. Like Real Housewives of Miami, girl, I'm tuned in. Although I'm not reviewing, I'm tuned in. I might talk about it once the reunion and things come around. But as far as Salt Lake City, I fell off very much so earlier on, okay, with the ladies and their antics. So it's going to be interesting to see when Mary comes back, how she's going to fit back into the fold with the ladies. I'm definitely going to probably check out a few episodes. Now, I can't promise y'all I'm going to stick with the whole season, but I am going to tiptoe and see what's going on, okay? Now, y'all let me know, for the people that did watch Salt Lake City, whether it was really worth watching. Okay, definitely hop down in the comments and let me know what you think, and also let me know how y'all feel about Mary coming back. I'm not upset with it. I honestly felt like Mary should have never left to begin with. The fact that Mary did not show up to the reunion and they're still allowing her to come back in a friend role, I'm a bit surprised because I thought, girl, if you don't come return to the reunion, then you're done for. But maybe in Bravo history, they have allowed women to return even when they have not shown up for the reunion. Okay. And I think friend role would be really good for Mary because I think that's what she's okay with. I think she wants to be around the ladies enough to not really get in the drama and enough for them to not really get into her business, because there was a lot of stuff that was coming out about her church and all kind of stuff about her family and everything. So I think a friend role will be the perfect role that Mary would want to have, which is, the exposure, the access, all of that, but not so much as her business being on full display, if you ask me. But we'll see how that's going to play out, okay? Because you were such a big cast member and now you're coming back in a smaller role. I'm just interested to see just a little bit of that dynamic and how that works. Like, although she's a friend of the show, are y'all going to dive deeper into her story more to see what she's been up to, or are we not? Just wondering. But either way, good luck. Okay. Next up, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Miami. Y'all know I talked about that briefly, okay, of Real Housewives of Miami when I was telling you guys just how good I felt the show has been. So, uh, y'all need to really get into it, okay? I know I had put over there on Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter, but Instagram. When I saw the chart and I saw that Dr. Nicole, actually, no, it was somebody on my YouTube. Actually, it was somebody on my YouTube channel. They felt a way about the fact that I said that I didn't think that Dr. Nicole should be sitting next to Andy. And I still don't think Dr. Nicole should be sitting next to Andy. Yeah, I don't know what show you was watching either. Okay, she was like, "Are we watching the same show?" Obviously, we're not, because for me, as I've seen all of these episodes, Dr. Nicole has not really been giving to the girls until she gathered Miss Larsa. Okay, and until she uninvited Miss Girl to the thing. Let's be very clear about that. So you probably could have had Alexia at the forefront. Let's dive deeper into her business, what she got going on. You could have even had Larsa. Okay, and of course we know Lisa gonna be up there, hands down. Okay, but as far as Dr. Nicole, ain't nobody out there watching. None of y'all viewers finna sit up here and make me be convinced that Dr. Nicole should be sitting right up there with Andy. And when I looked at the looks of the ladies, too bad I don't have it up here. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick for y'all to like check out some of these looks. They weren't giving. Like Dr. Nicole, like that was not a reunion attire. And it's like y'all just love Dr. Nicole. That's all that is. That's why. Y'all just really like Dr. Nicole so much so that y'all not willing to like really critique her. And I think that she's good too. Like I have been enjoying her, I will say. She ain't been giving a whole lot, but her husband is a kiki and a cackle because he just really be himself for me. He just be honest, okay? The way he slick was up there like dragging. I think it was Larsa. He was slick dragging a little bit. But yeah, like I mean, girl, like I like her husband or whatever. I like her, but at the end of the day, let's be honest here. Like she wasn't really giving the people anything. Girl, I can't even pull it up like real quick. I can't even get to it. Okay, so I won't even worry about it. But if y'all get a chance to check out the looks of the ladies of Real Housewives of Miami, definitely check it out for the reunion because for me. She just did not do a good job. I feel like everybody understood the assignment except for I'm trying Marisol, girl. I don't know what the hell you had on, and I want to say Alexia, you did not do a good job either, but you did better than Marisol and Dr. Nicole to me, okay? But y'all three were definitely at the bottom when it came down to attire. It's like, girl, y'all just be doing what y'all want to do. But anywho, y'all had a great season, okay? So I wish the attire would have matched the season. Like, give us a bit more, you know? But and also, I have to say, Real Housewives of Miami was just too good to really just be on Peacock. I feel away because a lot of people don't go to the apps and watch. That should have been on main TV, okay? So y'all need to get that together the next time, all right? The way if Potomac gonna give us another season like they did, put them over on the app, all right? If they gonna withhold information and stuff, put them over on an app. And then, you know, bring the girls of Real Housewives of Miami to the forefront, all right? But anywho, I'm speaking on Real Housewives of Miami because I wanted to talk about Guerdy. Guerdy did a little interview with Page Six. And when she did this interview, she kind of talked about somebody that kind of hurt her feelings, which was Miss Kenya Moore. Okay, Kenya Moore of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Guerdy said that when they went to BravoCon, she ended up walking past Kenya, whatever the case was. I guess she went to Kenya and told her like, "Hey, you know, I love you so much." Da da da. And you know, she spoke to Kenya like, "Hey, Kenya." Kenya was like, "Oh, hi." And then I think that's when Guerdy was talking about how much she likes her or whatever. And then Kenya said, "Oh, what show are you on?" And it offended Guerdy. All right, now I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Kenya can be a dismissive person, but I often see Kenya being a dismissive person to people she already knows. Not really people she doesn't know. Now, I'm not saying Guerdy's lying, but Kenya could have just been like, "Oh, what show are you on?" Like, and Guerdy could have just not gotten the grand old reaction that she probably wanted from Kenya, is what I'm thinking. But y'all let me know in the comments because y'all may have seen times where, you know, Kenya was just really dismissive to people in public. And I've seen Kenya in public, and I've never seen her be like dismissive to other people in public. But you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a long periodical time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we was in each other's space for maybe an hour or something like that. But I just never really saw her like be rude or anything. So I don't know, girl. I don't know. All right. But that's just what me. And then why would she really do that to another, you know, woman? Unless, Guerdy, you could have said something about her and maybe she reacted like that. Like, I don't want to say that. So I'll just say that maybe Kenya's reaction wasn't what Guerdy wanted as far as being big and grand, but maybe Kenya wasn't necessarily rude to her, is what I'm thinking. But according to Guerdy, Guerdy was just like, and I don't even think Guerdy really said she was rude. She just pretty much said that Kenya was kind of like nonchalant about it. That's what it was, like nonchalant about it. And Guerdy wanted a bigger reaction, basically. And she felt like Kenya could have been like a bit more nicer or whatnot. But she also gave her the benefit of the doubt because she was like, I mean, we had a lot going on. We had to move from this location to that location. And I could see that as well. If she has people in her ear, her people on top of the BravoCon people, on top of the fans, on top of, other housewives fanning out over each other. So it could have just been a lie. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's any issue or beef or anything because Guerdy just said, Kenya is still the queen. She loves Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it seems as though Miss Kenya is one of her faves. So she's like, it's all good, but it did break my soul just a little bit. I wish you kind of, what I'm saying, would have, been a little more. Hey girl, oh my God, it's you, Real Housewife of Miami, right? I think that's what she was looking for. But either way, good luck, okay? And as we speak on Real Housewives of Potomac and swapping them out for Real Housewives of Miami, I already did a short video real quick, YouTube shorts. I already did one, but for those of you guys that have yet to see it, I just want to make sure that you guys know that, girl, Andy is going to have that conversation with Miss Robyn Dixon. Now, I came to you guys with a alleged story from Media Takeout that we took with a grain of salt. And once we heard the news, we learned that it was indeed definitely a grain of salt, all right? Because in the Media Takeout video, they were pretty much trying to say that this happened at Watch What Happens Live, and all of the audience members gave them the tea. Well, that's not what it sounds like is going to happen because Bravo ended up breaking the news on exactly what's going to take place when it comes to the sit down between Andy and Robyn. I don't know if she's going to be on Watch What Happens Live coming this Sunday or whatnot, but what I can say is when people thought that Andy really grilled her and got this out of her and said this and that, and then afterwards kind of snapped on her and said you fired and all that, it was already unbelievable for me because that's not how they typically do things, number one. All right. And number two, we're learning that it seems like it's going to be a one-on-one type of sit down with Andy and with Robyn. All right. I guess the sit down that he was supposed to have with Jen Shaw, but now he's going to have something different with Miss Robyn Dixon. So it says here, according to a press release about the upcoming season 7 reunion, part 3 is a supersized 90-minute episode. And Andy has a special post-reunion conversation with Robyn and dives into Robyn's bombshell admission that one was inappropriately communicating with another woman prior to their wedding. All right. The reunion kicks off on February 19th with part 2 slated for Sunday, February 26th, and part 3 on the calendar for Sunday, March 5th. Okay. Of course, the Real Housewives of Potomac 7 finale airs on Sunday, February 5th. And there's that. All right. So it's just interesting when you got to take things for, with a grain of salt, just a little bit. But again, it's always open for conversation. Okay. Because with that conversation, we ended up learning that Andy is indeed having this sit down, but not in the fashion in which they said. I do not believe that Robyn is fired. I don't know how to feel about the fact that she's going to get the opportunity to have a sit down and kind of, I'm going to say finesse us with her answers. And actually, as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to watch it, but I'm really not interested. We've seen how Robyn played in our faces when she sat up there and interviewed with the Today Show. And I'm never going to not talk about it, okay? We also saw how she played in our face when she did the whole podcast situation and then trying to downplay the situation with her husband communicating with this woman or whatever, saying, oh, I knew about it, but it's really not as deep as you guys are trying to make it seem because we've already went through it. We've already, worked out our issues and da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. Girl, shut up. Shut up. You just be sitting over here playing. I thought one of the other ladies were going to bring it up. I thought they were going to bring it up. And then I was ready and prepared to get into some things. I was ready to go there with them. Girl, you could have just brought it to the front on your own. You and Giselle could have figured it out because your partner in crime knew everything about it, okay? So Andy, honestly, while you're sitting up there grilling Miss Robyn, you need to do another 10-minute interview conversation with Giselle and ask her, since you do all this producing and this is what you like to do, Miss Ma'am, then why didn't you bring this to the forefront instead of bringing to the forefront what Chris did months ago to make you feel uncomfortable? You brought that into the forefront. And see, I feel a way about that too. Because, yeah, I feel a way about that because that Chris situation happened like October ish, whatever, right? The Juan Nim situation I thought happened towards the end of 2021, and that is according to Giorgio says receipts from the young lady, where a lot of the dates were from the end of 2021. So that's the gag for me. So instead of y'all going to the more recent conversation at hand, y'all skipped that, went further back, reached down, pull back some bullshit to bring to the people. That's a problem. So Andy, for me, you need to be having a conversation with both of these ladies. And honestly, girl, if you wanna, if you wanna ask me, you know what I'm saying. But I don't think Robyn's going to be fired. I know that's what a lot of people are calling for. I don't think Robyn's going to be fired, but I think she could. I mean, she might get demoted. She might get a little less check than normal. But because Robyn has been through the worst, it don't matter what check they give her, she gonna take it. So just know Robyn going, I'm, I'm, I'm still here, like that's what Robyn's gonna give us come next season because Andy's gonna make sure that she's still there as well as Giselle. So we just gonna have to deal. All right, it's just gonna be a matter of what's the little tap tap gonna look like? What is the punishment gonna look like for her withholding, okay? And then dragging other individuals, okay? Especially Miss Wendy. So you mean to tell me she could come on camera, act like she coming at Miss Wendy, lie about being grabbed by Sharice, uninvite Wendy to multiple events on the show, and then withhold her whole tea about her own life? And you mean to tell me that she not finna get nothing? Oh, you better give her something. HR, y'all better give her something. Y'all better get this lady something. Let her be an example for everybody else to know that you cannot operate like this. You that don't make good TV. If you got something going on, battle it out, own it. Let's move on. You ain't got to put hands on nobody, but battle it out, own it, and let's move on. You feel what I'm saying? But those are just my thoughts about everything. I want you guys to go ahead and yeah, share your thoughts about everything. With Robyn going through such a scandal like this, okay? I want to know y'all thoughts. I can't wait to ask this question because I know y'all finna eat me up. But anyway, girl, y'all gotta let me know y'all thoughts, right? Robyn has this scandal, whatever is going on, and it's like a big topic. It's huge. So many of us are discussing it, right? But she gets the opportunity to have a 90-minute, or not even a 90-minute, but maybe a 30-minute, a quick little conversation with Andy, right? And she's likely going to return to the show. When Monique was on the show, when she had the whole altercation with Candace, and it was obviously a very rough workplace to work in, right? Y'all know Monique supposedly left the show. According to her, we're hearing she got fired. Girl, I don't know who to believe, okay? So it is what it is. I'll just say she just left the show, okay? After, quote unquote, being, introduced to a contract, she waited and then she declined, whatever it is. Do you think Andy should have given Monique and Candace the same opportunity to likely have a sit down with him on camera to possibly hash out any issues outside of the other ladies outside of the show? Right? Or maybe a sit down with Monique to see what she's learned, how she's going to move forward, offer at the apology or whatever to Miss Candace or whatnot. I just, we don't have to go into who was right, who was wrong in the fight, girl. We ain't even let's not go down that road. What I'm asking is, do you think Andy should have also offered maybe this opportunity to those ladies to have also an additional sit down to discuss anything? Now, granted, I know that Robyn's situation is a little different because she withheld information, okay? And these allegations have come out. But the last time we really were doing a lot of this conversation when it came to Real Housewives of Potomac was when the incident took place, okay? And how things happened afterwards, right? So I just want to know y'all thoughts about that. Just go ahead, hop down in the comments, let me know, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.